it was such a beautiful feeling walking out of that last shift last night, knowing that at least for the near future, this will be the last shift that I do as a full time staff nurse. Oh my God. It's a great feeling. Let's talk about it.
They say humans are social animals. They can't live alone.
What's good, YouTube? It's your man, CJ, aka the High Value Nurse, checking in once again, back with another video. Oh, man. I don't know what it is. I think it's like a mental thing with me because although I'm not working as a full-time status nurse anymore, I don't plan to work like part-time hours. I plan to work full-time and plus hours, but the fact that I get to do it more so with more freedom and when I please, that's what I'm most happy about. Tonight has been a good night. I was supposed to work at one facility, but they canceled me, and of course, you know that's a part of the per diem agency life. It happens, but with it being the weekend, it's usually pretty easy to get another shift because most people don't like to work the weekend, which is another reason why this video is so important. Well, not important to me because I've learned a few things as a nurse who was used to working every weekend. See, where I was going wrong at is I would schedule myself every weekend thinking that that was the right thing to do, when in all actuality it was not. See, what I should have done was always leave my weekends open, because usually that's when the bonuses happen. That's when the most call-offs happen, because people just simply don't want to go. And when you have a huge demand for your Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, which really I don't mind working, and I will be willing to work them every week. It's just that when you're already scheduled, then you don't really get much incentive. You're supposed to be here versus being a staff nurse. Versus being an agency nurse. If it gets to the point to where, like, let's just say I've worked Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and I know I want some extra hours, and on top of an incentive too. So not only am I getting extra hours, it's a good chance that I'm going to get like some sort of bonus for coming in, because most people do not want to work the weekends, and that is what I should have done. And the only reason I started working every weekend in the first place is because that is what worked on my journey when I was an assisted living nurse. Now, when I was an assisted living nurse, I worked with this one nurse who worked every weekend as well. So I said, just so I don't get screwed over a lot, being in charge of the whole building, let me just set myself up to work every weekend. I didn't mind, and I wasn't really doing much on the weekends, but working anyway, besides when I was traveling. So that's what I did. I brought that over into long-term care, which was a mistake because things don't roll the same way that they do in assisted living. So long-term care, it's more call-offs and everything like that. And even though it's more call-offs, it's not just you. Versus an assisted living is usually just you as the only nurse, especially on midnight. So I had to take that into consideration, and then I look back and I'm like, wow, that was wrong. I shouldn't have done it like that. I should have done it the way that I'm doing it now, was to continue to work every other weekend, or just have myself scheduled during the week, and then when people will call off, that's when you get the bonus, that's when you get the overtime and all that kind of stuff, because that's what normally most people do. What most nurses do, they call off during the weekend because nobody really wants to be at work during the summertime. That's just the way it goes, and I have no problem with that because everything is cheaper during the weekday. That's a jewel for all you people who didn't know. The sweet spot usually tends to be between Tuesday and Saturday, from the research that I've done. Flights are usually cheaper because usually people are flying out on Friday and Saturday versus coming home. So when you're doing a round trip and you make your own schedule as a nurse, you can go get away for a quick weekend instead of Saturday and Sunday being your weekend. the people who control their own schedules, our weekends can be Tuesday and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, come back Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, come back Saturday. You catch my drift. And things are a lot cheaper. Like, I was looking up just random flights on Tuesday through Saturdays, or Tuesdays through Friday. Drastically cheaper than flying out on a Friday or even on a Thursday and coming back on a Monday, because they are hip to people leaving out on Thursdays and Fridays coming back on Monday. So that's just what I got from the research that I was doing, and that's how it's gonna be. Especially, like, with us doing a monthly trips and a monthly cruise, is like, if we want to just take some time to explore America and go to some places in America that we probably wouldn't have gone to, it'll probably be best for us to take a quick weekend trip, especially if this is like our first time seeing it, like a quick weekend trip, like a Tuesday through Friday joint, like a Tuesday through Saturday, and go for half the price. You know what I'm saying? So it's the finesse game, and that's the beauty of being an agency nurse and making your own schedule. Now, that's not saying that doesn't come with, its cons too. You always walking into something that you have no idea what you're gonna get into. You have no idea how the shift is gonna go. Things can always go left at any moment, but that's anywhere. But at least you're familiar. See, me, I don't mind being in an unfamiliar environment when it comes to this nursing game. It's actually exciting because routine can get kind of boring, but routine and boring is good most of the time in this field. I would say 95% of the time, routine and boring is very good. But every now and then it's cool to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're an agency nurse, it's cool. Like, I enjoy seeing different things, seeing different people, meeting different people. That's why I'm not meant like. That's why I'm really a nomad at heart, because I just like to be gone. But yeah, man, like, I'm just excited, and I could work 2 days a week, like probably like during my weekends, like when I gotta work my weekend shifts at the part-time gig. If I want to pick up 4 other shifts that week, whether it be the agency or whether it be the part-time gig, I'm getting bonuses after a couple of days. Then I had a whole week off to do what I want to do. I can either work, pick up shifts, or travel. Like, it's hard to give up that agency life. It's hard to give up that schedule. And but fortunately, that's where this nursing world is headed to. It's headed towards that PRN gig economy life, because more people like me are starting to come into the field. You dig what I'm saying? People that want more control over their schedule. And you're going to have to start leveraging, because as of now, a lot of nurses have the leverage, especially if you're good at what you do and you're a hard worker. So it's a good time to be a nurse right now. You know what I'm saying? Even with all the bad stuff that goes on, I really feel like the pros outweigh the cons. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it. I'm just excited. Back to the agency, and we finna have a crew summer. It's finna be dope. But like I said, they can have the summer. I'm a grind this summer. It's the winter time that I'm worried about. Oh, and also, I've compiled a list, since we are still not a compact state, of the states that I am currently working to get my endorsement license in. Let me get to it real quick. Here it is. So here's my list: Florida, Texas, Alabama, Jersey, New York, California, Louisiana, Virginia, South Carolina, Nevada, Indiana, and Ohio. Now, the first 8 states that I listed off, those are all cruise port states. So if we go on a cruise for a week and I don't really feel like going home, but I want to make some money, it'll be nothing to just hop on one of these apps, go pick up a shift, and do what we do. And that's the dope thing about being in this field. We can literally work from anywhere once we get the endorsement. Or if you're in a compact state, and if you go to another state that honors the compact license, you more than Gucci. So this is how you take full advantage of your nursing license and use it and bend it towards your will. Now, it's not going to always go the way you plan, but a lot of the times it will. It just takes proper planning and setting yourself up so the way you can move the way you want to move. And especially going to help when you have that 5-figure savings. Oh my God, bro. You got $20,000 and you got $10,000, $20,000 in your account. You got your stocks and you flipping your money and you moving how you want to move. Oh my God, it don't get no better than that, bro. Don't get no better than that, man. So, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to go do some rounding and then get back, do some charting. I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. Peace. Agency nurse, get paid. Young nurse, get paid. I forgot to tell y'all to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. It costs you nothing. It's free. Helps me out. And yeah, so don't forget. Subscribe to the channel, notification bell. Leave a comment. Let me know how you feel. And if you don't do nothing else, get paid. Young nurse, get paid. Peace.